Happy Tuesday, everybody. That's right, we have finally made it to the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. If you've been paying attention for the last month or so, you've seen that I've gotten all these sides ready, revved up, just for this particular day. Today, we're gonna take this apart because the breasts cook faster than the legs. We're gonna do a two-way, sort of a combo. We're gonna braise the legs. We're gonna roast and slice the breast. Then we're gonna make our stuffing. I'm gonna show you how to make an easy turkey stock that will turn into a turkey gravy. I'm gonna show you how to do this my way. First, we're gonna throw on a pair of gloves. I'm gonna take the breasts and the legs off of this bird. We're gonna find the breastbone, should be right in the center there, and we're gonna go to the right and to the left of it. And just ease down it. We're then gonna take the other side and do the same thing. Flip it around and just follow the bone. Follow the bone. I'm not pulling it, I'm just moving it out of the way so I can get my next cut in. See this right here? That's where the wing is connected. So we're just gonna cut down on that because I want the wing. Following the anatomy of the bird. And then we're gonna take the leg and break it. And then now all we have to do is make one straight cut. Same thing with the other side, just in case you missed the first time. Now, we're gonna take our half and we're just gonna cut the leg off, keeping the breast whole with the wing involved. This is gonna be for our presentation later. So we're gonna put the breast aside for 1 sec. Do the same thing with the other side. See that? Now you got 5 pieces. Let's take the legs and braise them. First, I'm gonna sear the skin because I wanna put some color on the skin to give us some color as flavor. We're gonna season it with salt and pepper. Push it in there good. I'm not doing the other side because I'm gonna put the other side in liquid. And all that's gonna happen is the liquid's gonna remove the salt and pepper from it. You'll see in a minute. So we're gonna take a hot pan, a little bit of oil, because the skin is gonna render out and give us more fat. We're gonna give that a nice sear on one side. In the meantime, I have another deeper pot with a little bit of white wine. I'm gonna take the vegetables left over from our stuffing that we're gonna make, and I'm gonna take that and put it on the bottom of my liquid, my white wine, because I wanna make a turkey stock out of it. So we're gonna cut up some veggies. They don't have to be pretty because we're gonna throw them away when we're done. We only want them for flavor. Put them in on there. Turn the heat down. We don't want to burn it. We just want to put some color on it. Just take a look. There you go. Put a little color on it, baby. Put a little flavor on it. While we're waiting for that to brown, we warm up this juice. And we're gonna stick those right in there on top. And ultimately, this is gonna be a turkey stock in addition to what we're gonna do with the bodies so we can make our gravy. I'm gonna cover it up with a little bit of aluminum foil. See you in a little while. It's a 400-degree oven, 3 hours. We're gonna take the pan that we cooked our legs in, browned the legs in. We're gonna do the same thing to the breasts. Salt and pepper, of course. A little bit of oil. Now we're gonna brown the skin. I'm gonna fold the tender over because this side is thinner than the inside of the bird. The bottom of it is thinner than the outside. So we're gonna move the breast over. That way we have an even cook throughout the whole boob. Put this in the other way so we have time. Same thing with this side. We're not even gonna flip them. We're just gonna brown the skin and pop them in the oven just like that in the same saute pan. We're gonna give this a little seasoning again. I'm gonna throw some dry herbs on it. I like thyme and rosemary. Give us a little background flavor. We're just gonna take a look to see see that nice color? Now we're just gonna pop it in the oven. Those breasts are only gonna take that size about 40 minutes. So those obviously are gonna cook first. That's why we take the bird apart. Now I'm gonna show you how to make the stuffing. First, I gotta get rid of this cutting board. Let me clean up a little bit because we don't wanna get anybody sick. Be right back. All right, so I have a new cutting board because we don't want to get anybody sick. I have some diced onions, celery, and carrots with garlic. That's gonna be the base of our stuffing. I use the cornbread because I like the sweetness. I use the baguette to hold it all together. You can buy cornbread already made. It doesn't matter because you're gonna cut it up and make stuffing out of it. There's plenty of boxed mixes that will work fine if you're feeling really ambitious. Just make it the day before because you want it to dry out a little bit. This I made yesterday. I dried it out just so I can make this stuffing. I have chicken stock already available to me because they're the base of most of my sauces in the restaurant. You can buy the box, you can buy it from the can. The difference is you're not gonna get this nice fat that comes from the chicken skin when you make your stock. We're gonna make a roux out of it. Flour, my chicken fat, and that's gonna thicken our turkey gravy down the road. What do you say we get cutting, boys and girls? I'm gonna unleash my cornbread from its container. Ta-da! We'll take half, let's say, because we're gonna cut it with a baguette, so I don't need the whole thing. You can save this, warm it up, throw some butter on it, put it on the table. Everybody loves cornbread. So we're gonna just make some nice half-inch cuts, and then we're gonna make some half-inch dice out of that. Let's do it again this way. And I like the ends, because those are gonna hold up. That's gonna help us hold up our stuffing. We're gonna take our baguette and do the same thing. It's Thanksgiving, it's okay to use butter. Don't be afraid. A good amount of butter, because we want our stuffing to be moist. Throw in our vegetables. I don't want to put too much color on it because I want to highlight the bread. Of course, we're going to season it. We give that a little saute. We soften up the vegetables. And then I'm going to take a little chunk of my chicken fat. Throw that in there too. The rest of this I'm gonna put on the side in a separate pan, and we're gonna render it out, get it melting, because this is what's gonna help us thicken our gravy later. While that's sauteing, I'm gonna take my juice, about half of it. We'll bring it up to a boil real fast. I'm gonna put my two breads in a bowl. I'm gonna add my herbs, thyme and rosemary. Then once this comes to a boil, we're gonna taste it, because ultimately this is what our stuffing is gonna taste like. I'm gonna put a little bit in at a time, because we don't want stuffing soup, we want stuffing. So we take a little bit, about half of it, and we'll see how much the bread absorbs it, and then we'll add it as we go. Definitely gonna need some more. You can tell just by looking at it. You want to give this like a minute and a half after you put the juice in it, because the breads are going to absorb all that juice. So when it looks really wet in a minute or so, now it's dry. So that's when we add the rest of our juice. But we just want to figure that out before we make a mistake. I know it's going to take all of this. See, it's got some moisture in it. Fold it in because you don't want to break the stuffing up. It's going to break up anyway, but you're not going to break it up that much, so it still looks like stuffing. And then you just take your spoon, and you can see when it springs back like that, it's ready. Then I'm going to take the pan that I made the cornbread in, because why do more dishes than you have to? And we're going to pack it in there. See the nice vegetables in it. Get it all, baby. Everybody loves stuffing. It's my favorite part of dinner. Now, I'm going to take this stuffing uncovered, and I'm going to pop it in the oven. While we're looking at our birds. As you can see, the breast meat, we're a half an hour in. The breasts are just about cooked. See when you got this this little blood line here? That means that it's about cooked. Now I'm gonna flip them over because I want that crispy skin. And when this breast, look at that. When the breasts start to rest, they're gonna bleed. The juices are gonna come out of it. So we want the juice to cover the meat, not the skin, because I want that crispy skin. Now we're gonna put this off to the side. Let's make the roux for our gravy. We're gonna warm up the fat, and we're gonna add flour to it. Make a roux. I'm gonna cook it for about 5 minutes or so, 6 minutes, because we don't want the flour to be raw. Because if you put this into your stock too soon, then the fat and the flour will separate, and you'll have a greasy stock, which ultimately will be a greasy gravy. You're making a paste. Keep it in the pan though. It'll start to turn brown. And then we're gonna put it off to the side. We're 45 minutes in. For that size, it's a 9-inch tin of stuffing. I'm 45 minutes in. We're gonna pull it out. Ooh-wee! See that? That's what we're looking for. We want some color on the top. So we got that nice roasty toasty. Inside is moist and juicy. So we're gonna it's hot as hell. So we're gonna put it on the side and let it rest. Because if we work on it too fast, it's gonna break apart. So we're just gonna sit it off to the side. Voila! We still got that nice color on the skin. We've also created turkey stock that we're gonna turn into gravy just from the legs alone. Unbelievable. And because we let our breasts rest, we have more juice from them. We're eating everything. We're getting a whole entire bird. I remember when I made my roux, we're gonna take the juice from the legs and we're gonna strain it into it. We don't want the vegetables, we just want the juice. And then this thing is gonna almost instantly thicken without the lumps. And then we're gonna whip that in. See, pretty, smooth, no lumps, all flavor. And then we're gonna taste it. Just don't forget, we seasoned everything that went into this. Now we taste it and see if we need to brush it up. Definitely needs a little bit of salt. Put a little pepper. I'm making the gravy a little bit thicker than usual because I want it to hold on to that stuffing. I want it to hold on to that turkey. I want you to be able to pick up a slice of turkey with the gravy stuck to it and pop it in your mouth when you're ready. What do you say we put this on a platter so we have something to present to our guests of Thanksgiving? First, I'm gonna spoon out this stuffing. I'm gonna try to keep it so that this top side stays on top. This is gonna be the foundation of our Thanksgiving dinner. See, it's still nice and moist. You can see that still with the nice crust on it. And we're gonna put it right there, right in this, about 12 o'clock-ish. Yeah, this is gonna be too good. I might not even give it to you. Next, we're gonna take our legs whole, and we're just gonna stand them up on top of that stuffing. Cross them babies up like that. Now we're gonna slice our breasts. Beautiful. Pick up the wing. We're gonna make the first cut because there are family members that dig the wings. See that? Nice and moist and beautiful. And then we're gonna just cut, make slices. We're gonna hold this off for a sec. Pop this onto the plate. Give it a nice little fan so we can see all the different flavors, textures, and colors. You can hear that crunch of the skin still. Match it up. Then we're gonna take our wings. We're gonna pop that right there. The other wing I'm gonna put off to the side. Maybe I want it, but it doesn't work with my plate here, so no big deal. It's still here, but and again, maybe I want it. Now we're gonna take my gravy. I'm gonna take everything left of my butter. We're gonna turn this back on, make it hot, and then we're gonna finish it with the rest of my butter. We're gonna whip that in. It's gonna give us a nice finish. It's gonna give us a nice shine, and it's gonna give us a beautiful, beautiful, silky flavor. We don't wanna boil it because we don't wanna break the butter, and we don't want the gravy to stick. Just enough to melt it in there. And then we're just gonna spoon a little bit of our gravy onto the front of the breasts. We'll put the rest in a boat, put it on the table, put some color in there, put some festivity, make them look like you've been slaving all day, when ultimately we haven't, but they don't have to know that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from all over the world that celebrate Thanksgiving with me, happy Thanksgiving, my way.